Hey, future CPAs, let's get right into it. Today, we're cracking the code on a law that's not just a big deal for your exams, but for your entire career, the Truth in Lending Act. Think of this as your ultimate study guide to really get a grip on a law that you'll see again and again. You've totally been there, right? You see that brand new phone and the installment plan looks so good. 2,000 pesos a month? Easy. But hold on. What about all the other stuff? The hidden fees, the interest, the service charges? What's the actual damage to your wallet over time? Well, that's the exact question this law was created to answer. So, at its heart, this law has one simple mission: to pull back the curtain and show you the real cost of borrowing money. It's all about cutting through the confusing financial jargon and just giving you the straight-up facts before you sign on the dotted line. Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the law's core mission, then nail down the key definitions you absolutely have to know. After that, we'll figure out which transactions are in and which are out, meet the agencies that enforce the rules, and wrap it all up with a rapid review designed specifically for the LECPA. Let's do this. First up, let's talk about the big picture. Before we get into all the nitty-gritty details, you've got to understand the why, the whole reason this law even exists. You know, what's so cool is that this one sentence is basically the key to the entire law. Everything we're about to talk about, every single rule and definition, it all comes back to this one powerful idea: full disclosure. It's all about making things crystal clear. Okay, let's get into the building blocks, the definitions. Look, to really analyze any law, you have to speak its language. And trust me, knowing these next four terms isn't just a good idea for the board exam, it's completely non-negotiable. First up, creditor. And here's your first LECPA study hack. Think broad, super broad. This isn't just about banks, it's any business. The company that sold you your phone, the appliance store, you name it. If they offer credit as part of their business and they charge for it, bam, they're a creditor under this law. Next is credits. And again, think broad. It's not just a cash loan. It's your housing loan, that laptop you're getting on a rent-to-own plan, and yeah, even those buy now, pay later services that are everywhere. The main idea is simple. If you get something now and pay for it later, it's probably credit. Now for the big one, finance charge. This is the whole point. This is the true cost of credit we've been talking about. And it's so much more than just the interest rate. It includes all those extra fees, service charges, basically any cost you have to pay to get that credit. This is the number that has to be laid out for you, plain and simple. And last but not least, person. This one's pretty straightforward, but the thing to remember is that it's all-encompassing. It covers you and me, any kind of business you can think of, and yes, even the government itself when it's acting as a creditor. All right, so now that we're speaking the language, let's figure out where this law actually comes into play. You know, understanding the scope is crucial because exam questions love to test you on the boundaries, what's in and what's out. And this slide lays it out perfectly. On the left, you see all the stuff that's covered, basically any kind of deferred payment plan. But check out the right side. The exemptions are super important. If there's no finance charge, the law doesn't apply. And if you, the debtor, are the one setting the terms, like when you deposit money in a bank, it's also exempt. So the key takeaway is this: if a creditor is charging you a finance charge, it's almost definitely covered. You know, a law is only as strong as the people who enforce it. So let's meet the referees in this financial game, the ones who make sure everyone is playing by the rules. So it's not just one group. The Monetary Board of the BSP basically writes the rule book. But the actual day-to-day enforcement, that's a team effort, with different watchdogs keeping an eye on their specific corners of the financial world. Now, this is a great slide for exam prep because it maps out exactly who is in charge of whom. You've got the SEC policing lending and financing companies, the Insurance Commission watches the insurance world, and the Cooperative Development Authority keeps tabs on cooperatives. Simple as that. You gotta know who polices whom. Think of this whole process as kind of a good guy registration. Any business that wants to offer credit has to sign up with the BSP. It's like they're raising their hand and saying, yep, we promise to play by the rules of transparency. This creates a public list so you can actually check if a lender is legit. All right, let's switch gears. It's time to lock in all this knowledge with a rapid-fire review. This is your high-yield cheat sheet for the LECPA, so let's get focused. Okay, this right here is a huge deal for the exam. These are the magic 7 things that must be disclosed to you. You need to know them cold. Think of it like a story of the transaction. What's the cash price? What's my down payment? What's the difference I owe? Are there any other charges? What's the grand total I'm financing? What's the finance charge in actual pesos? And finally, what's that charge as a simple annual rate? Burn these 7 into your brain. Next, a number you just have to memorize: 2,000 pesos. That's the maximum civil penalty a creditor has to pay for each time they mess up a disclosure. Simple, but super important for the exam. And here's another LECPA alert. Time limits are classic exam questions. A consumer has exactly 1 year from the day the violation happened to file a lawsuit to get that civil penalty. 1 year. Lock it in. So yeah, this law has some real teeth. As you can see here, messing up can lead to both civil penalties paid to the consumer and, if it was done on purpose, it can even lead to criminal charges with fines and jail time. It's serious stuff. Just note that the government itself is exempt from these penalties. Okay, let's bring it all home. If you remember nothing else, please remember these 4 things. Purpose: protect people with the truth. Scope: it applies to almost everything. Core rule: that 7-point disclosure is the heart of it all. And enforcement: it's a team effort. Master these 4, and you got the core of the Truth in Lending Act down. And that's a wrap. But I want to leave you with this final thought. This isn't just about memorizing rules to pass a test. As a future CPA, you're going to be a guardian of financial integrity. So the real question is, how are you going to use this knowledge to fight for transparency, to protect your clients, and to build a healthier, fairer economy for everyone? Because knowing the law is just the beginning. The real power is in how you use it.